and especially those first 4 games, like you said, are all winnable. But then, kind of like what we said as well, those next 6 games are Atlanta twice, Golden State, Milwaukee twice, Cleveland. Like, that's just what it is, just in their first 10 games alone. But then, of course, there's the West Coast trip that's going to be happening right in the middle of November as well. So we talk about how their strength of schedule and relativity to the rest of the league is like one of the easier schedules. But in reality, literally within like a month, you're on the West Coast trip. So so that's the thing, is that their schedule and relativity is a good schedule. But even then, that doesn't mean that there's just nights where it's easy W's.
No, when you look through the first 10, you're like, oh, okay, we play Orlando, we play New York, in New York, we play at Indiana, at Washington. And like you said, from there, even past the first 10, you play at Boston. You play Boston again 2 games later. You play the Clippers, the Lakers, Denver, Phoenix, Cleveland, Dallas, like this, Memphis, Miami.
Yeah.
Like this just keeps going and keeps going. Like that's it, it's a great test for these guys. A good thing a lot of us Pistons fans don't have a ton of expectations this season. It's not like they need to make the playoffs or they need to make the play-in.
Right.
But again, once the schedule comes out and you actually dissect it and go through the first, let's just say 25 games, you start sitting there like, are they really going to be, 12 and, or whatever it is, 8 and whatever? How many wins are these guys going to have through 25 games? That's what worries me. But again, I'm still excited. I think it's hard to project a team where you don't really know what you're getting out of a lot of these players. But again, these teams you're facing, like we said, the first 4 games, you look at Orlando, you look at Indiana, okay, you should beat both those teams, but those teams are probably looking at us like, okay, you know what, we could probably beat the Pistons as well. So even the first 4 aren't promised. So I'm really just looking forward to getting in there. Injuries, you got to see what happens throughout the season, but just looking at it from a schedule perspective and who we're facing, Sean, it's a tough one. And it doesn't get any easier.